with hookshot, there's so many ways for OneWin to like poke you in one place, but then restart the fight elsewhere at high speed. And that is why I'm a little bit concerned for Yellow Submarine, that they cannot match that tempo and energy in the fights until they have like 3-4 items across multiple areas. A late smoke though for OneWin. We do enter the game.
Yes, yeah, they're looking for some violence here, I would guess. 30 seconds on the clock until those runes spawn. OneWin with the big wraparound. Who will they find, if anyone? And obviously, you want to be closing in onto King, onto Satanic. Oh, can we call him King or Satanic? I feel like we should just keep calling him Satanic so people know. But
Satanic,
yeah. But here we go. Blood grenade comes out along with the rock throwing onto him. He levels up the reflection to try and buy himself some space, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The entirety of OneWin are upon him. And they do kill the King. Cloud grabbing first blood on the Beastmaster as well. Not how you want this top lane to start out for you.
That looked pretty cool as well, right? The Terrorblade, he didn't get hit by the initial root, and then the cogs just threw him right into the center on top of another root. It was pretty nice. But yeah, OneWin. I am a massive fan of these different styles of smokes at the Bounty Runes, and this time they do the late smoke. They choose to go top. Yellow Submarine are not prepared for it, and it's going to be a very important first blood going the way of the Beastmaster.
Yeah, these qualifiers have been all about breaking the script, breaking the script in terms of the teams that are making it and breaking the script in the gameplay as well. We've seen Night Pulse pull off some upsets and get really far. They did get knocked out earlier, but they did that on the back of playing basically 2 or 3 carries every single game. The script's in tatters, it's burning on the floor. And that smoke is just another example of how they're trying to change the game and just trying to try out new things. New patch, anything can work. As Rue's going to get bounced around inside those cogs by Respect.
Pot lane, this is going to be kind of the most important lane, I feel, to some degree. Because the Morphling will be free farming up the entire time, and depending on how Centaur wants to itemize, will be, I think, the state of the game. We've seen obviously blade mails from Centaurs. We've seen blink rushes, and in this game, I would like to see Centaur maybe sacrifice his farm a little bit just to get onto the map a little bit earlier. Because the quicker the Centaur can play with the Ember, it's going to look really good.
Jump in here onto the Rubik. Yep. They want to bring him down. Rue's going to be that target. Fadebolt reducing the damage output. I mean, they can't really compete on this kill. Now Kazane coming through onto Respect. One more right click, and they'll bring down the Clockwork instead. Punished for their aggression in the bottom lane.
Yeah, really nice stuff. And further from a point about the Centaur, if he does have a good game, Pipe as well is incredibly good this time around, right? Like the magic damage from Beastmaster with his Ags. Real Morphling! that should not be happening. Like I'm talking
That's
as if the
illegal.
Oh my golly gosh.
A
Okay,
level 30 Morphling player as well, right?
Yeah, okay. Well, I said about Centaur needing a good game because he can open up stuff based on like blinks and pipes and whatnot. Well, here it is.
Top lane, Cloud. He's being beaten down here by the Metamorphosis Terrorblade. The Brambles come across from the Willow. Uh-oh. That's Decor. Takes a step too far forward and will be punished for it. Another kill for Cloud. They try to go on him, but he's the one who comes out with the goods instead.
Yeah, the value of the wand early on. Beastmaster kind of baiting in his opponents a little bit to then turn it around. But you can see the killer mentality that Yellow Submarine have, right? In both of their side lanes, they really are trying to push the limits and find those little pickoffs. It worked out in the bot lane, didn't really work out in the top, and this is some early life here for Yellow Submarines. They respect the fact that they need to get as much as they can from lanes to delay that kind of inevitable Earth Spirit rally of the Radiant team that will maybe poke them and prod them around the map too much. What is the build? Cherry Jr. not really showing us what he's going to be going on the Earth Spirit yet. He only has treads and a wand in his quick buy, but let's think about it. I could see Vessel being quite nice if he gets it really early, eat through the tankiness of his opponents. Is it a good Blade Mail game? I guess the thing with Blade Mail for Earth Spirit is like, it gives you armor. It's just an additional source of damage in the fight, right? Where you throw Magnetize down, if they're hitting you as well, you're returning damage. It just feels like more of a casual pickup.
Yeah, I can see him skipping it if he wants to, but I don't really care if he builds it or not. You know, if he builds it, great. If he doesn't, then fine.
Yeah,
it's not broken. It's not amazing.
Yeah, I think the main argument will be like it's like Vessel or Blade Mail. Like Vessel, you go find the kills, and then Blade Mail is like you go find the team fights. So we'll see which type of Earth rate he will be playing. But yeah, so far 2 for 2 on the kills. Net worth's relatively even. CS is relatively even between everyone.
And Cloud leaving us absolutely no doubt as to what he's going to be building this game. The Aghanims queued up after the Arcanes. It's what we've been seeing a ton of here on this Beastmaster. The damage is just way too much. Especially against these illusion carries. Just feels so good. So yeah, as mentioned before, his main job is just going to be to jump on Satanic, shut down this Terrorblade, not let him get off his right clicks in these team fights. And I can't see a whole lot stopping him from doing that, but we shall see.
And a pause. Bug.
Indeed.
No, I think if you type bug, you have to say exactly what the bug is, so then we can fix it.
Yeah, I agree. They need to be specific. Screenshots.
Fill in the GitHub.
Absolutely. It is surprising, like, how hard these Beastmasters do rush these Aghanim Scepters, like, especially for a Universal Hero, to skip Bracer and Null and all of this stuff just to go straight in for the Aghanims with after the Arcanes is really surprising, but it keeps happening, so obviously it is the play.
I think it's the same logic as when, like, the Bane would rush Ags or like this type of thing. It's like for Beastmaster, you get Aghanims and your game just rips open, right? Like you can farm stacks, you do everything. He is currently underneath tower though, so we'll be delaying that Ags timing just a little bit.
Yeah, nice rotation in from Rue, the TP into the trees, lift up, throw back, causing him some issues. And they weren't ready to respond to that.
Yeah, it's like your game begins when you get this item in regards to farming, right? It's like the same as like, I guess a better example would be like PL Aghanims. Right, like you can go Diffusal Blade to play a bit more aggressive, but in certain games, if you know you can get the Aghanims, why would you not go for the farming tool to then get 3-4 items way quicker, right? And the same logic can be here. Cloud though does get his first death of the game. Probably not going to be swayed away from his item choice, and Sweden Strong getting the deny on the region rune, very nice. Still has the Shadow Realm, so it won't be going down.
Yeah, that's just a nice kind of pressure relief for Chira Jr. there. Not having to deal with the region rune Ember, meaning he can still trade and try to put a little bit of pressure. Otherwise, the raid's just going to run at him.
Radiant are scanning.
Sarnate down to the bottom side. Grabs himself now 2 healing oaths, by the way, on the Centaur.
Kasane, gotta be careful. After a TP in.
Yeah, should be a kill. Chira Jr. is just going to be able to drop him. Magnetizes out as well, just to make sure he absolutely goes down there. And because of all this, he doesn't even pop the Healing Lotus or the Magic Wand. It's kind of insane levels of discipline there, but he's like, I can make better usage of these. Like, I'm obviously not going to live this.
Yeah, I think if the Centaur had maybe Ultimate, then he could have entertained the let me stampede away with Wanding and Lotusing and hope to dodge the cogs. But yeah, he's level 5. He accepts his fate. Also quite an underwhelming gank, right? Like the Ursrit rolls in, misses his roll, throws out a Magnite. I was like, he died, but it wasn't really flashy. But
yeah.
But still, neither team really has the ability to go crazy aggressive at the moment. It will just be a matter of punishing that positioning. You know, Beastmaster steps up to the tier 1, he dies. Centaur steps up next to tier 1, he dies. And maybe both teams can think about that a little bit more as Kasane. In the bot lane, he hasn't really changed his script on how he wants to play the lane, right? Like, seconds later after dying, he's straight away underneath that tower. But Earth Spirit, he doesn't want to gank him again. He's making his way top. I think Chira Jr., he can do a lot for his team if he finds the setup, but Submarine being very, very careful with their farming now.
Amplified damage rune picked up here, but without the Magnetize, I think it's very hard to play this. He had Magnetize off cooldown. I could have seen him going for the turnaround there, but yeah, just got to wait for that cooldown, unfortunately. Really just waiting for Chira Jr. to get into this game, it's going to be the Blade Mail as the option, so probably be
Ooh.
waiting for that one.
I just realized Centaur, he didn't go for the move speed facet. We often always see move speed.
Oh, yeah.
Where you go like triple bracer, don't buy boots, but this time around he's doing his additional double-edge damage. So yeah, a big burst in play, and yeah, one thing, he's feeling the brunt of it a little bit.
Hang on, let me read it, guys. This is we've seen a lot of Centaur, we haven't seen a lot of Counter Strike.
Basically, he takes damage and returns that through the double edge. So that double edge technically didn't do anything based on his facet.
Okay. Oh, we're out up in the top side. They're going aggressively here onto the Phoenix. Phoenix level 5, so no chance of getting off an egg here. And we'll just be dropping. As Decor is gone again, as OneWin really assert their dominance here in the top side. And look at Cloud's net worth. He is just absolutely farming this game right now.
Yeah, they can't stop it, right? It's constant farm. Even when they kill him off, he's ripping through the jungle, only one component away from Aghanims, and yeah, it's very spooky to see. Chira Jr. activates the amp damage, and he wants to try and kill off Kasane. This time around, he does have Stampede.
Yeah, will it be enough to keep him alive, though? The cogs are going to be there from respect, and Kasane's just sitting here waiting. He has got a large healing Lotus. Not going to use it, though. Goes down to Mankushi, and once again, Chira Jr., he will rotate upon the Centaur again. Fair enough.
I don't know what I feel about these like Centaur deaths. It's like he dies, but he's dragging 4 heroes here. So it's like, does it really hurt Yellow Submarine? If anything, I think it probably buys good time for them to catch up elsewhere. OneWin though, they'll be happy getting whatever kill. They know their game is incredibly good. Beastmaster soon will become a force to be reckoned with his Aghanims. The Morphling after his one, meme death in the bot lane has entered his farming pattern. Chira Jr. we see in the middle lane, picking up the Blade Mail very soon. So yeah, OneWin, they're kind of on autopilot right now. Find some couple kills, hit their creeps. No real pressure is getting applied to them.
No, unless you're Phoenix and Centaur, who are just kind of chain dying. But
yeah.
As you say, who really cares? I think the biggest issue is this Beastmaster getting his really fast Aghanims from all of this. We'll see what Cloud's going to be able to get done with this. This is when the game really, really opens up for Clemson. I mean, the OneWin. Damn, that was a blast from the past.
Oh, gee, what was that one? What
That's what,
referencing?
it's what they used to be called, Clemsani, before OneWin picked them up. I always remember that weird, like, you can't see it on stream, but in game they still have the old logo of like that. Just this random guy. I don't know who it is, but just it poked my brain.
Here that we've not really spoke about yet is Ember. He's been farming a lot of stacks up, his team, making the hard count snaps, and he is very close to Mage Slayer. These are going to be some of the small things that I'll be leaning on. Get that slight hit onto the Beastmaster to prevent the magic damage from being as potent. Get it onto the Earth Spirit as well. The question is, do they have enough follow-up after the fact to do it as a hook shot in?
Holy shit, they are going on the Ember Spirit right now. Jesus. I mean, it's a long-range initiation and just like the hardcore commitment to that fight, which made that so convincing. Wow. OneWin. I mean, what a kill for them to get as well. This should mean that they're able to make their first play with the Aghanim Scepter without the Mage Slayer in play, which is going to be basically plus 40% on the effectiveness of these drums of Slom.
Yeah, the death breakdown for that kill was hilarious. It was hookshot, roll, terrorize, bramble. Like every single spell available was just kill the Ember. Like everything.
In the same second as well, just vomited out. No chaining here.
Satanic though needs to be careful. He's getting scouted out right now by the Invisor Spirit, but again, no magnetize.
Surely this is obvious. You know they've just picked up the Aghanim Scepter here, but he's just going to walk straight into them. Roll does connect. The roar is going to be there, and the drums of Slum come banging on through. Are Rays jumping into this one along with the egg.
Can
They're
they
going to
kill
try
the
and
egg?
take it down,
Nope.
but Rue is there to force them off. It's going bad. It's going terrible. They move on to Cloud. They'll kill him off. A lot of damage dealt, but not enough to keep him alive.
Hookshot.
Hookshot in from the sidelines. Respect. Trying for the Ember Spirit here, but that's not going to happen. And with those damage from the two supports stacking up, he is going to go down as well. Very, very nicely done from Yellow Submarine to respond to the aggression. Yes, they do lose their Terrorblade, but with the 3 deaths on the side of one winner, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it was a very required response, right? The Terrorblade couldn't get off Asunder, so you then have and a really nicely egg as well. It's like on the high ground, it kind of baits them to thinking they can kill it, but the Rubik's also there to protect it with the lift up to throw the Willow away. Beastmaster then disengages knowing. So yeah, overall, really good response from Yellow Submarine. The issue is for them, they are making a lot of moves to react to One Wind's aggression. You know, they lose their mid, they lose their Terrorblade top. Sure, they get kills after the fact, but they're not stopping the farm from the Morphling. They're not really stopping the bigger game plan that One Wind's leaning on. And this smoke here from Yellow Submarine, this will be their chance at maybe trying to achieve this. They are just getting prevented to moving in by a single cogs from the clockwork.
Yeah.
They
You can see
don't
Arrays
have the
being
stuff
like,
yet.
I don't really want to just like bounce off this cog to grab a shield
Oh,
rune.
this
but-
is so awkward. They like 5-man smoke, grab the Terrorblade, AFK in the river to then wait for a shield rune to then get blocked by the actual clockwork as well. And yeah, quite a wasted move from there. Losing out on a whole round of jungle farm potentially due to that.
And it's really interesting to compare the two moves from the two teams as the hookshot does come in onto Kasane down here. Mancucci's upon him as well. It's a tricky kill, but not that tricky. I'll slowly bring him down. The Stampede is going to be there, but coming in from the sidelines, the rest of the team moving across. Eraser's turning up though. Wants to turn this around, a jump forward, a stun out onto Respect. Mancucci still looking for the kill onto Kasane. Kasane moving to the tree lines. He's playing it well. He's playing it very well, in fact. And Mancucci's now out of position. He's running out of mana here and running out of strength as well. The roar comes out onto the Terrorblade, holding him back and getting Mancucci out of danger. Erase still looking, but probably won't be finding as One Wind get themselves away.
Yeah, Kasane did a very good job there, kind of baiting One Wind to go onto him further. They weren't able to get a multiple cog bounce back onto Kasane, so he disengaged nicely. Yeah, Yellow Submarine, they bring a lot of heroes down to only to kill off the one support. Doesn't feel too good. Oh, okay.
Phoenix. What the? Huh?
So the cog went off the hill and then back into the hill. That's kind of cool.
You'll just have to TP across the map then instead. Whatever.
I mean, I don't want to bring up the question, but I'm going to bring it. How does Yellow Submarine kill the Beastmaster when he finishes his BKB in like less than a minute? He's about to hit 10,000 net worth at 16. He's got more economy than the Terrorblade and Morphling. Like 2k more net worth. It's mental.
Yeah, I think
how
we're
quick he
looking
farms.
probably towards the Skadi on Satanic, which you know, it's in production, maybe pre-production, maybe alpha testing, but we'll get there, I reckon. So the top side, they catch up on Kushi. Hello. Kasane gets the jump. No strength morph coming out. That's going to be a dead puddle up in the top side and probably a dead tower to go with it.
Yeah, Kasane finding kills that you don't expect onto the Morphling. That Centaur into Morphling, you love playing into it. The Centaur, he takes some time to wind up that stun on that hoof stomp, and Mancucci died in laning phase. He now dies here as well. 2 deaths that you could argue shouldn't. I mean, maybe the top one could happen, but still, Kasane doing very good at catching this Morphling by surprise. The BKB now complete onto the Beastmaster. Any other items really that they're using? Not really. Oh no, actually, Chira Jr., he's going for the vessel after the blade melt. So he's really, double downing on let me go for the cheap fights, and I kind of respect it. Like, we've hyped up the Beastmaster a lot. The fact that Morphling shouldn't be dying, but he is. That's a whole other realm
He's
of
died twice,
debate.
and both of them has been him getting caught out on full RG. So
yeah, that's a bit rough. But I do like the idea that Earthspirit is respecting his Beastmaster, is going to be so online that if he just goes, hey, let me throw out an extra vessel charge or soak up a little bit of damage, he will carry me in the fight. This is not a greedy Earthspirit. But Yellow Submarine, they're now smoked up again. Like the last time they smoked, it didn't really net anything good. And Kasane, he jumps in onto the Willow.
Willow already done. Chira Jr. coming in from the sidelines here, popping that blade mail, but there's so many different damage sources coming into him. It's not going to make a difference. Chira Jr. just get cooked up, and now they go for more. Stampede coming through, giving them the vision they need. Cloud has been seen. Cloud running in at them. Pops a Raw, pops a Satanic. He's trying to bring down the Terrorblade. He gets off the Sunder. Is it going to be enough, though? King trying to stand his ground, but it won't be enough. Satanic will fall. Cloud, does he give his life for this? I mean, even if he does, I think he's okay with it. The damage is coming on through, and with the Spirit Vessel and the fire from the Phoenix, it should be enough to finish the job. A Sleight of Fist will do it. Cloud will fall. So once again, you know, it's just, going into the Morphling here as well. Monkushi getting a bit zesty with it. The side of Yellow Submarine, back themselves away. Don't want to turn around and hard commit to a Morphling when heroes are respawning. They just want to get themselves out. Take the W, which is... It's a poison chalice, you know. Your carry did still die. You are relying on him to win you the game.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to Yellow Submarine trying to make these big team moves, but I think the first time they smoke, it got broken. The second time they smoke, they lose their Terrorblade, and I think they're a little bit lucky that they ran into the Willow to start. Right, like you find the really strong anti-aggressive hero first. The Beastmaster's also not into the fight at all. Because they do see him from a ward elsewhere, so they have the confidence to make that play, but still it's a little bit uncomfortable for them there, as they know it's like, wait a second, if we do this smoke but Beastmaster's there or we don't find Willow, can we win the fight? Should we win the fight? I think there is going to be a little bit of debate now on Yellow Submarine on what they want to be doing.
Moving on to Rue here. We'll be bringing down the Rubik at the very least. He gets the roll to try and get himself away. Nice with force. The axes chasing, won't connect. Rue might actually live this, but they've been distracted by Kasane, which is a much bigger kill anyway. So they'll just settle for that one. Bring down the Centaur. And potentially, if they stick around long enough, grab themselves Wisdom Rune, Tormentor. A lot of loot to be grabbed in this area if they can hold it.
The positioning for the Tormentor. But look at the Phoenix. Maybe, come on, big play.
Come on. He's throwing in the fire. They're like, wait, get out of here, get out. Chasing him away, making sure they do get the top. Wait, Sweden's strong.
Got slighted down.
Yeah, but he got the they got the Tormentor. Sweden Strong was one who picked up the shard from that, and now with the Phoenix coming in, they're going to force out the BKB from Cloud. He needs to get away from this Supernova, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Erase jumps in, cuts him down. The greed from OneWin, heavily punished here by Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit optimistic for OneWin to play in that area. I think trying to go for the 20-minute Tormentor when you haven't really broken your opponent, they are going to contest it, and they get the shard, big plus, but then they lose a lot of other heroes as a repercussion for it. Back to mode farm now. What is the item here? So phylactery complete for Morphling. I kind of feel like one would need to be the aggressors, right? Like we've had this BKB timing for Beastmaster, but he's been able to pick up an entire Blink Dagger since they've smoked, since they've made the move.
Here we go. Roshan now being attempted. So what's going on this game? The objectives are just like everybody's having a go at it. The soft commit. It's very interesting indeed. And by the way, I just want to point out that Terrorblade sent an illusion from the Roche Pit through the portal all the way down the enemy side of the map to deny the Wisdom Rune away from OneWin, the 21-minute Wisdom. So if you're wondering why these sports are going to be underleveled in a bit, then that's why. But the Roche fight continues. Jump in from Kasane. He finds Cloud just holding him back, stopping the Beastmaster from really coming to the fight. The Roar actually comes out onto Kasane here. Cloud's not really in the fight, getting off the drums, but that's gonna cost them quite heavily here. It's a damage out from that double edge. It's kind of insane. Taking down both the Clockwork and the Earth Spirit very, very low. But the pit could be theirs. Roshan is pretty low, but they have to chase them away.
Kasane's aggression there. Finally getting punished. He blinks in by himself. His team's not ready to follow up, and when they play on the fringe of that fight and they get the Aegis, and this was kind of what I expected. Like as soon as you get the Beastmaster BKB, why weren't they the ones making the moves? Of course, Submarine did a very good job at trying to dictate the game a little bit, so they didn't allow the ball to get online. But now with the Aegis, the blink on the Beast, soon to be BKB on the Earth Spirit, like this is OneWin's time to remind Yellow Submarine that they are lacking some key concepts of their draft, and we'll see if we can to further this lead now. This should be the time in which they can do it.
Sometimes, like, you see something which kind of humbles you a bit. You know, in that last fight, that roar out onto the center, I was like, ooh, I don't like that. Because in my mind, this Blink Roar BKB is just the only answer they have to Terrorblade, right? Like, it's the best answer they have to Terrorblade, at least. And for him not to use it in that fashion, I was very much, like, not happy about it. But actually, it's obviously completely the correct play, because Roar is still Roar. It doesn't matter if you get the drums off or not. If you're getting the kill onto the center when he's out of position before the rest of the team can collapse, the concept of the team fight is already won for
Just
one
don't
win.
give Roar to Rubik.
That's also important, yes.
That's the only thing I care about in this game right now. It's like, if you're giving Roar away, a lot of problems Yellow Submarine have are suddenly instantly fixed, because you have this like insanely high duration BKB piercing stun that you can utilize to combo with your egg or the Terrorblade to right click through. And he's given it away once already in this game, so Cloud will need to be careful.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yellow Submarine taking over the bottom side of the map right now, slowly but surely. They got to be careful, though. They are not the Aegis team. They're pretty far behind in this game at this point. Even though it's only a 1k gold advantage for one win with this Aegis and just with the tools they have right now, it does just feel like conceptually it's going to be hard for Yellow Submarine to fight them. A nice blink out from Kasane. Very, very quick there.
It was like he shouldn't be able to blink out there. The amount of high range spells they have in play to cancel out a blink, but none used, and they opt to try and get right on top of him before.
I don't think, yeah, their smoke popped around the camp, so they kind of just wanted to blink in and cancel.
Yeah.
Trying to force this on one win, but not willing to commit themselves like under towers too heavily.
Because she is going to have his counter soon. That will change the pacing of the fight just a little bit, right? And it'll be very, very explosive.
Shotgun Morphling is back. If you can blow up this Phoenix before the fight starts in earnest, obviously that's going to be insane. No Supernova. The huge problem is, well, they might not even need to. Phoenix has been just found without him. Shira gets on top of him. Cloud brings him down with the Roar. No hesitation to just beat down this Phoenix. He is so much off Yellow Submarine's team fight.
Yeah, instantly Yellow Submarines are already pushing up mid, pushing up bot. Not going anywhere near this Aegis timing. Satanic Terrorblade, he's had quite a quiet portion of the game, right? But Skadi soon complete on him, and I think that's more what we're looking towards. Like, what will Yellow Submarine bring to this next engagement, as they are trying to go for a pick off on clock, and they do find success there. And I think Yellow Submarine's dead. They're going to be itemizing to be very formidable if they can set up the fight nicely. They've got Gleipnir, BKB on Ember in the future, Crimson Guard on Kansane, the Skadi on Terrorblade. These are really big ticket items to kind of take the fight a little bit longer, and I think that's what Yellow Submarines want to do, because one win, outside of the Morphling jump with the Beastmaster, it's a lot of damage over time for one win. Like the Magnetize from the Earth Spirit, the Poke down from the Willow, so I kind of like the fact that Yellow Submarines have identified that just a little bit, and they are itemizing to not just take the we have to kill a hero in the instance. It's let's just try and win the fight over a minute or two, and it will make these upcoming engagements very interesting between the two teams.
The kind of clash of concepts here. If the fights aren't decided in the first 2 seconds, then it does feel like Yellow Submarine should start to take over, especially with the Satanic now completed on King, on Satanic. This is such a big item.
He's not got Satanic, what are you on about?
Sorry, Skadi on Satanic.
There we go. I was like, Jesus. I'm looking at his inventory.
Who names themselves after an item? Come on, guys.
But no, to further the point, right? Like the future of Terrorblade will be the BKB to brush off the damage from Willow and Earth Spirit, a Satanic down the line for sure, to also further give him that desire to stand his ground. And I think that's where the game will get really comfortable for Yellow Submarine. It's like we said this at the start of the game. It's like it's the middle portion where the pacing for one win should be so high that Yellow Submarine feels like the game becomes complicated. But if they solve those problems through their aggression, through their kind of their positioning to whittle down the resources, then they can overcome that, and the items will fix some of their problems. And I think we're kind of in that moment where they're like 10 minutes away from being able to command the game just a little bit more. And I do keep posing the question, like, where is OneWin's aggression? Like, sure, they took the Aegis, they took a couple of towers, but there's been a lot of absence, a lot of farm, and now they smoke up. Of course, the Aegis has expired.
I think we've seen
just
a pretty quiet game from Respect, honestly. Like, he's been playing more of this
Radiant are scanning.
Crystal Maiden style of support where he's dealing with waves and kind of getting caught out, which is fine. On the other side of the map, I haven't really seen him start anything. I might be wrong in that, but I feel like most of their fights have been started by Chiro Jr. and sometimes Cloud. I want to see his Clockwork getting involved in enabling his team a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's been the fact that his cores haven't found good moments to layer the items right. Like the Earthspirit got Vessel, but then the Beast wanted something, and now someone else has got a BKB. Now the Morphling wants to farm his BKB. It's been really disjointed item timings for OneWin, and they just didn't capitalize on their Beastmaster well. Yellow Submarine, they keep wanting to smoke as a 5-man, and big items are in play. The ones that we've already mentioned,
Yeah.
the Crimson Guard, the BKBs, the Scardies, like they're all here. They're all ready to play. OneWin, they need to be careful, and they are. They've dodged the smoke. They've sat back just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind this dodge from them. I've been wanting to see them fight for a while now, but, you know, now they're smoking up, you know that they've hit some timings. You know that Yellow Submarine, there's a reason they're suddenly so confident. And it's a very good reason indeed. And it needs to be respected.
I will use the "it should be illegal" card very soon. If OneWin don't 5-man smoke when they get Shivas on Beastmaster and BKB on Morphling, they don't 5-man smoke and try and take over this game, then I will be leaning towards Yellow Submarine, because they're being extremely proactive compared to OneWin, who has just been so absent, it feels like, from the game.
Yeah, this feels like the best time, especially with Roshan coming off. You know, they've got an obvious time to go and win a fight, and then they have an obvious objective to take afterwards. There's a lot of positives for them to go and make some action happen right now. So, OneWin.
Okay, short or long Roshan? Go. 1 second. What are
Short.
we going to get? Ooh, kind of short.
Take it. I think under
Yeah.
a minute counts as short.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll give you the gold star.
Okay,
And
thank
OneWin,
you.
I mean, in theory, they could technically just AFK down here. Of course, against Turbulent, it's always hard because the other lanes will get skipped in, so you do need to show some presence, but keeping Roshan in mind, they're jumping into the Ember.
Yeah, they are. Roar is going to follow up as well. The stun
Ooh,
is
he has a
long,
gem.
and the kill is good. Munkushi brings him down 650 gold for Munkushi, but more importantly, the tier 2 Toyo Tower being taken on down by Munkushi. Aegis available if they really, really want to go for it, but they have vision in the pit. They know it's not up yet, so they're just going to knock on the front door. Actually, Tormentor. Let's get a bit of revenge for earlier.
That is such a key pickoff. You wanted Respect to be a little bit louder in the game. He finds the Ember, and the Ember just got a gem delivered from the Phoenix. It was on cooldown, by the way, as it got put into his inventory. He loses it instantly. So this Phoenix, he's going to be very upset with that pickoff. That is that is economy towards the Hex he desires. And yeah, Roshan has now respawned, which is scouted out by the Rocket Flare and the Boar. OneWin rushing their way down
Full
here.
surveillance detail on this Roshan.
Oh,
Radiant's top tower.
I hope someone tells the... I don't know if this is a thing, but Earthspirit's looking to go for a Shivas as well. His Beastmaster already has one.
Yes, double Shiva's not sure on that one.
It's not the highest value of players. I think maybe like an AC could help his team out quite nicely. Even a Lotus, to be fair, could be pretty good to complicate some of the fights, but yeah, just double Shiva's probably in it, Chief.
I mean, yeah, I find it hard to justify that kind of thing, where it's like, sure, like the stats and everything are kind of good for the hero individually, and having your own is like, it's luxury, but it's exactly that. It's luxury. It's not efficient. It's not. Yeah.
I mean, technically, you could Shivas pop onto an illusion, and then do it again to hurt illusion again, right? So it could just be a multiple. Have you ever got into a lobby and you spam Shivas randomly for no reason just to do lots of damage to something? That could be the option. Just don't know if I'm too much of a fan of it, but if they do commit for it, then it is a strategy that they care about rather than just a oops, I forgot. But we'll see if he changes up in the future. And you can never really read into quick buy too much. And yeah, Submarine, they are knocking on the front door here. Yeah,
real Terror Blade here knocking on the front door. Yeah, they're going to come home and commitment not quite there to jump the TB yet. I mean, the full team was behind him, so it wasn't a completely empty threat. And again, one win, always showing respect here. And that's leading to like a very slow game, but a successful one for them so far. They've got both Aegises, they've got a net worth advantage, they've got a very rich Morphling and a very rich Beastmaster. Spirit, he's a pretty low net worth core most games anyway. He's having a good time
it's just the
still.
fact that throughout the entire game, Yellow Submarine have been the team that does everything, right? They're the one smoking, they're the one making that initial move. That like, even when they're down on an Aegis, they're looking to progress something, and that's where I really don't see it from one win. They have all the items, they have everything to win a fight, yet someone on the team's constantly making the call of wait for this or wait for that or don't fight them. Now they're finally smoking up, and I think Satanic should be complete on Morphling if his courier does get to him. Oh no, I've lied.
You lied to everybody.
Ah well.
Jira tries to connect onto Ember.
His butterfly.
Sees it coming and gets away. Shieldring also available for him as well, so reasonably tanky as Kasane gets his bottom lane pushing out. And now we'll return home. There's Submarine. They're jumping on to Morphling. Morphling caught out full Agi. How many times am I going to say this cast? Wow. I mean, Monkushi is not having a good day on this Morphling.
It's been the third time
gone
now.
like that. Yeah, 3 deaths, 3 times where he's been caught out on high Agi.
Dying to Centaur once like this, sure. Dying to Centaur twice. Dying 3 times? That's too much, especially like when you have Clockwork in your team. Like you rocket flare the high ground, you then walk up the steps. Like you know that the best play to make against a Morphling is the quick jump when you walk up the steps. Like once you're fortified in that objective siege, then you'll never get jumped. But just a lapse of judgment again from Monkushi. And sure, they're going to return to the high ground, but at half strength now, it could have been so different for them. They just respected Kasane just a little bit more.
This is crazy. I mean,
and that was also
you can see now he's
banner
keeping
siege
himself
as well,
on about
right?
a little bit of extra strength. Yeah. Roll in. They want to try it the other way around. They want to go into Kasane here, and that's going to work out beautifully for them. The kickback from Chira Jr. helping out massively to get the kill onto the Centaur. Well, that's one way to stop him being stomped on full Agi.
I mean, that should have been what they'd done the first time around, and for one, when they're having to kind of play out the experiences to find out what they need to do, right? Rather than just doing it correctly the first time. And good to have shown that development, but still not the best. Returning now to the high ground once again. And no, Earthfruit is now looking for the AC. He's realized that double Shiva is not the play. They jump onto the Ember though.
Chira Jr. looking for the kickback, can't quite find it though, so we'll just have to back himself away. No BKB used from the Ember Spirit either. Very, very patient here for Erase. That's going to keep this high ground alive for Yellow Submarine and force back one win. They've got lanes to deal with. 2 waves approaching their high ground, so they'll go and deal with this. Look for the reset. Cloud, by the way, going for a refresher orb. I mean, I say going for, he's got it in like 1 more wave.
So many Hawks.
So many damn Hawks, dude.
There's just so much fun on all these heroes. You look at Morphling, like Satanic is what, 5 minutes away. You just said refresher for Beastmaster. I could list every item in the game right now, and it's like they're just really big ticket items from both sides. And Yeah, one win. Aegis has not been
wondering-
their friend. And okay, here you go. So this is it. So Terrorblade's about to get the MKB, so that'll deal with the butterfly for the Morphling. You then have AC complete on the Earth Sprite to help with the the physical damage from the Terrorblade. It's like both teams are going toe for toe in like what item they're going to bring to the fight, and it really just feels like what fight you can construct. And either team can easily win it at this stage. I think the net worth lead doesn't really mean anything at this stage.
I think eyes on Rue, especially on the next fight as well. You really want to see a good usage of this Lotus Orb. If he can Lotus that raw target, then it's going to be a complete game changer. No easy task, that's for sure. Pressure is on.
I just want to see a raise on the Ember Spirit enter the fight this time around. Like I think Kasane, there's been a lot of pressure on him to find a stomp. When he hits the stomp, it's fantastic. When he doesn't, it gets really awkward. So I think I need to see Ember. Like he's got so much tankiness, right? Maze Slayer, Shivas, BKB, like resistance is everywhere. He has to be the
He's
initiator.
gonna just jump into the whole team. He's got the BKB though, and this is going to be the start
They
of the
jumped to
fight here.
Illusion.
Yeah, Aegis has been used. Chira Jr. in trouble. BKB's out from him, but he needs to get himself away, and he's not going to be able to do so. Arrays cuts him down. Meanwhile, Cloud trying to jump in on the sideline. Raw's been used, but hasn't not been used successfully. Refresher is available. He's going to use it to get the blink away. Refresh to blink up the high ground. That's clutch. BKB comes out. Raw is going to be there. They'll get it onto the Terrorblade. The Lotus is out, though. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Munkushi, he's got the right clicks. He's got the damage. Going to steal the Ember Form now. Chain them up together. And Raze has gone down as well. Kasane going to follow his teammate to the grave as Munkushi finally finds a successful fight. Rue on the sidelines also getting caught out. The damage coming through from the Morphling. Way too much for him to deal with. It's going to be 4 dead on the side of Yellow Submarine. Oh my god. You got to give him credit, Rue, with the Lotus there. Did get it off, but Munkushi was ready to follow up with the damage. And Cloud, sick fight from him.
Yeah, and wards win games. That high ground ward in the dire triangle enabled one win to disengage from the fight, hold the high ground, clockwork, nice positioning on the top side. And as soon as Terrorblade walked up that steps, everyone just went, kill that Terrorblade. And when Satanic drops, there really isn't much of a fight. And credit to Yellow Submarine, they kind of took the fight in a very nice way. Ember finding the jump. Kasane did get baited by an illusion jumping onto the Morphling, so his big initiation statement was wasted. So Munkushi stepping up in that last engagement. He struggled multiple times throughout this game, but doing a nice bait, preventing himself from getting 100 to 0 maybe. But yeah, one win. Their draft was really strong. It felt like this should have been the story from that when they had that 15-20 minute timing and they squandered it. It did get complicated, and they now take 2 racks, but yeah, one win. Really showing why this lineup is so scary to play into. Everything has to go right for Yellow Submarine. They need the best positioning, the Kasane initiation, the egg to layer, and respect. He's jumping onto 2. They found him.
Oh, 2 heroes found completely off guard. What a hook shot in from Respect. The 4-star back up the high ground. Double buybacks coming out straight away. Munkushi, he's on the run. He doesn't have a BKB, does have a Mantra Satanic though, so very, very tricky to keep locked down here. Respect also trying to get himself away. It's going to be another Chains, another Satanic coming on through. Cloud trying to chase them back here with the Wild Axes stolen by the Rubik. Not going to be enough to kind of catch these heroes here. Cloud still has a BKB if he really needs to use it. Raze really wants to force it out of him. He's holding for now on the Beastmaster, getting pulled back by Chira Jr. Kicked as well. What a bro. Gets him to safety. The tip will come through, of course. And one win, everybody's going to get themselves away. Holy, what a hook shot from Respect.
It's just a vision, right? Like one win, they utilize it beautifully to get the first rack set of kills to set up the taking of the racks as they're disengaging. Then they see them, wait a second, they shouldn't be allowed here. And the movement, the speed they do it, right? Morphing waveforms in, gets kill. You then force staff back out on other heroes. Yeah, it's just very high-paced Dota when one win can control the game. Again, it took them some time to get here, but they are showcasing the strengths and speed in which this draft can play at. And with 20,000 gold lead, it is optimistic Yellow Submarine to be this far up, but Roshan is available. One win though, they're doing a deep wraparound. They're trying to find someone, but there is no one here. If they continue this round, they'll bump into Rue. They do see the Courier. Oh, they also see Satanic. Oh wait,
Yes, Satanic just...
hello? What?
Oh, the game crash. Okay. Well, fight's taken out anyway. It looks like it's just an observer issue here as they just start taking chunks out of each other. Satanic getting very low in the middle and does go down. Mankushi takes them all down. Erase trying to hold on the high ground here. The buybacks are coming out thick and fast for the side of Yellow Submarine. Cloud sliding up, trying to chase the Phoenix. The buybacks are coming. They got to come through the portal here, but they've lost the Phoenix. Ultra.
What did I just watch? No, what did I just watch? I just saw like two teams walk into each other, and there was like it was only like a second or two, but it felt like an hour. They were just like, hi? Okay, let's fight. I was very uncomfortable.
I don't know. There was something weird going on there. I don't know. Well, either way, a huge fight, 4-1 win. Once again, though, he just immediately got it. Mankushi trying to get on to get... He's just trying to fight up into him. Satanic, the madman, tries to take down the Morphling. Almost does it, in fairness. And that will be that. I mean, they had to try. They had to try. No one else had buyback. Everybody else was dead. And that will be GG. Game number 1. It goes to 1 win. Man, 1 win. This team, which no one was really expecting to get this far. Sure, that should be good. So if they don't get run over, I'm expecting this to be a long one. But I also can't see many ways in which Yellow Submarine can take the game without some really significant mistakes coming out from 1 win. I hope I'm wrong and I'm underestimating their strategy, but yeah, we're going to find out. But perhaps we are heading to 1 wins spot in the grand finals, but still a lot of Dota to be played until then.
Oh, look at this look for 1 win. They keep doing it.
They
found
do.
Terrorblade in game 1. This time they might be able to find the supports, but
The ward on the high ground, kind of crazy. Pings have come out. They knew that someone was sitting in the trees there, so
30 seconds to battle.
that's the information which 1 win are working with right now. I mean, it's very unlikely that anybody's going to approach this high ground, right? So for them to kill someone, it's probably going to have to be wrapping in behind for this rune here.
that's nice as well. The sentry as well whilst they're here, so they smoked here to then block up the ancient camp to prevent the Darkseer stacks that he can use to Iron Shell. Oh, I like that. That's very forward thinking from 1 win there.
It is indeed, yeah. And bounty runes will be secured with ease. Obviously, Nagatara and Illusion never going to be able to deny bounty rune versus a hero that just needs to click for it. So 2 for 2 on the bounties, and we'll see how this kind of pays off for them. I agree with this entry. Not sure how I feel about this ward, but I guess it was just for the level 1 fight. You know, if they anticipated action taking place there, they wanted to be prepared for it.
Pretty much. Just, it's always key. If you're bringing 5 heroes to smoke to an aggressive area, you need to place the vision. Because if you missed a kill because of lack of vision, it's your own fault, pretty much.
All right, let's get into it. It'll be Chira Jr. on his Pangolier versus Arrays on the Storm Spirit in the middle lane. So far, so good. The Storm secures all the last hits in the first wave, and Chira's goes under tower, which is going to be a pain in the ass for him to CS against. Yeah, it's the first wave. Ooh. As long as he gets the range creep, right? It'll be fine, right? Oh, God. Oh, no. Chira Jr. is getting worked right now in the first few waves.
Storm against mini heroes, you enjoy it. I think Pango, of course, get a couple levels under the belt, get a bottle, and then we'll see it not swing the other way, but at least go back to more a bit of a stable state. And in top lane already, the Rubik and Darkseer trying to be as pressuring as possible. The lane started, they fade bolted in the CK, doing everything possible to keep them low. And that's pretty much how you want to play these lanes with a Darkseer. If you get your opponent to half HP straight away, you get to level 3 pretty much for free. That probably should be the case. Also quite a difficult lane for Clockwork to want to play. You often play on getting on top of your opponent, and if you do this time around, you are going to be taking a lot of damage. Of course, with Power Call, you can mana burn and play on distance, but still not really utilizing the full effect of this lane top. Will be one positive for Yellow Submarine in a game that we've already kind of presented to be difficult. They do at least have one lane going pretty well for them to start with.
Absolutely. Mankushi, he will eventually come to the point where, you know, he gets a bracer and treads and all of a sudden can live in this lane very nicely, as well as Chaos Strike giving him the heals. Will be tricky for them to bring him low anymore. But still, off to a good start. And yeah, mid lane, really, really good for a raid so far. Fantastic, actually, for Yellow Submarine in the mid lane. Chira Jr. is going to have to play a bit of recovery mode here at mid. As down at bottom, Ooh, Satanic getting pretty damn low on the Naga Siren, having to get himself way back under tower. Harassment coming out. Shadow Realm doesn't quite connect from Sweden Strong. As topside, that is a low clockwork, running himself away. Stun out onto Rue. Rue's going to be okay as well, though. Trading is getting spicy up here in the top lane.
Luckily they had their south, so they're not going to really be kicked out of the lane. Just enough resources to keep going. Either side, just punching into each other. Ooh, Lotus. Anyone going to go for it top? Nope. Everyone's ignoring the Lotus in top lane here.
Yeah. No time for Lotus's pretty flowers in this lane. It's all muscles and mud.
I would be intrigued to know what like the latest Lotus timing was for a pro player. So I feel like in pro games, like it hits 3 minutes, they're taking it. It's like it's such an important resource. And
I remember casting one of the very first games post-patch, and they didn't care about the Lotuses.
Oh, how far we've come here.
I know, right? I know. It's just pure stubbornness. We were like, surely a little burst heal like that is good. And they're just like, nah, not taking him. Don't want him.
Don't want him. That's 3 seconds away from my creep wave. You know, of course, that is a very illegal play to make nowadays. So
absolutely.
Whoever thought that would... probably not at TI, to be fair.
No, absolutely not. It was some online event thing, but yeah, it's interesting. We always talk about this, but the fact that most pros are followers and not actually innovators is it's just easier. It's just easier to copy what other people are doing, and you know, it's not like there's a patch every day, so let other people grief their own games, try new things. You just take it easy and adapt with the meta.
Satanic getting a little bit bullied in the bot lane. Under tower.
Yeah, he's a big creep right now. Quite literally, as that Cinder Brood is doing so much damage, and the Shadow Realm will finish the job. Cloud, it might be going down as well, though. Has got a lot of decent damage to throw out onto him, but he's going to be fine. Very fire available as well, so not under any threat here. Gets himself back, and that will be that. First blood out onto the Naga Siren. Not an ideal start here for Yellow Submarine, at least in this lane, but all the lanes going pretty decently, to be fair.
Yeah. I think all eyes are going to be on, of course, Kasane, but also a race from the mid lane. Like, he's done really, really well with the Storm Spirit so far. And the question is, like, what item will he bring to the game? Right now, his quick buy is looking at Witchblade, but I think Storm needs to be active. Darkseid needs to get his levels. He's getting poked off. And they are going to go onto the Rubik. Onto the Clockwork, sorry. Yep.
Yeah, and they're going to get that kill. Down clock will fall. He was very, very brave. I was literally about to comment saying every time you can get this cogs off onto Kasane and drain his mana, it's going to feel really, really good for you. But obviously if you die, then that doesn't feel really, really good, does it?
Supports.
Ooh, haste rune for Storm.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal.
But Cherry Jr. does get the bottle refill from his Clockwork. And I'm anticipating when a race up the it's actually very difficult to do for Storm. If he makes the move and doesn't get a kill, his early efficiencies for laning phase will fall apart. Like, he's only 400-500 gold above Pangler. I think a lot of people might be expecting, oh, Storm's gonna rip open the game, but no, he has to be very, very careful. Like, he needs to find like that perfect opportunity. And with a haste rune, if one would step up the lane at any point, get anywhere close to a Radiant Tower, he will TP, utilize the haste to save mana and get kills.
It does make it much easier. And actually going on Satanic down to the bottom side, this surely feels like an opportunity here for the Storm Spirit, but with the wave under his tower, he's very much just looking to clear it out first before he does make any movements.
That could have easily been a go for the Storm Spirit. The wave just wasn't set up, and denying the wisdom.
Go, maybe.
Very nice micro there for Satanic. Say micro, more like a heads up play, but still very
Yeah,
good.
he did this last game as well, denying the Wisdom Runes of Kasane. Getting bounced around, Chira Jr.'s in, but the Storm is here to respond. He takes down one, moves across to the Pangolier. Chira Jr. trying to get off the Rolling Thunder, will be able to do so. Kasane has to dodge him out, but the Raze has already taken down Monkushi as well, and he wants them all. He wants everybody. He's going for Chira Jr. now as well. Chira Jr. running himself way under the tower. Sweden Strong going to come in from the Cyclone as well, throw down the Bramble Mace, stop the Storm chasing any further, and Chira Jr., he's still got mana to work with, but absolutely no spells. He's got the rolling, the shield crash just about available, and it will be enough to bring down a Raze, punish for the over-aggression, and now one win. They're looking to take down Rue as well, and with all their resources back, they'll be able to bring down this Rubik eventually. He'll try and go for the deny, but that's not happening. Chira Jr. gets another kill here, and that's going to be level 8 on the Pangolier, but a huge punish up in the top side.
It's kind of the necessary response. When Storm makes a move, you have to mirror it, and yeah, one win. They'll be very happy that they're able to shut him down, prevent him from taking over the game. And net worth-wise, Pango is pretty much even back with the Storm Spirit. A couple hundred gold here and there. It's always a joy to watch with these type of mid laners. Like who breaks from the lane first? Do you mirror that move? Do you make sure you take the fight there? And Chira Jr. and a race. Just following each other around the map.
Like a pair of besties. Chira actually has the AD here, so this might be a little bit awkward for Raze. Just wants to get himself away, get yourself down that cliff into relative safety. But with Rolling Thunder available in 2 seconds, Chira Jr. might be feeling a bit cocky. With 2 supports backing up a Raze, he'll think better than going for that play. So, coming up on the 10-minute mark, and things pretty even across the board. There's only one hero who's really struggling this game, and that is the Naga Siren. Satanic not having the best of times on this Naga Siren. The lane matchup just wasn't really in her favor. You're gonna have to retreat to the jungle to farm up. That said, you're a Naga Siren. Happy to do that. As long as you're undisturbed, you're gonna catch up eventually.
Yeah, look how far back he was farming as well. Like he's farming like the deepest camps at minute 9, not allowing like any twin gate movement, any Brewmaster push wave. Let me go find where she is and split. So yeah, Satanic showing a lot of respect to the aggression potentially from one win, and he'll be happy that his team's making a lot of noise towards like top and mid. That will of course like buy a lot of time, like you were speaking about.
Yeah, you also always have to respect Brewmaster, right? Like just one of those heroes which can kill enemy carries by himself for some reason. Thankfully, he doesn't take the tower super fast, so there's a bit of stalling happening. Chira Jr. with the shield rune.
No, he's going for the very cool build. He's going for the Echo Saber, which will be completed into Harpoon. The reason why the build's very nice is during roll, you can harpoon your opponents, throw them into your roll stun, it then hits them, and then of course utilize shard and whatnot to do additional stuns. But no, I like the build a lot. It's very, very annoying, and you're a universal hero, so you utilize the stats very nicely. This is not really the start of game that Yellow Submarines wanted. Like, Darkseid can't make moves, of course Naga can't make moves. Storm wants to make moves, but he's been shot down by the response of one win, and now they're smoked up with the Storm, pairing up with the Darkseid to get a bit of additional damage through the Iron Shell. Killing a clock is not the recipe for success as you enter the portion of the game where one win will be the stronger team.
Yeah, I mean, stopping him from getting level 6 is nice, especially with the Wisdom Rune denied as well. So they are going to go for this play, get the kill, turn it into a tower.
Monkushi
is in.
Oh,
wow.
they're going for the twin gate. That's why.
Okay, the rest of the team's coming on over here. They're looking to make the plays, going firstly on to Kasane, and he's going to be taken down with ease. Another look forward for more. A barrel does connect onto Adskor, and he's going to be following his teammate next to the grave. If they have the damage, they do. Wow. Cloud and Chira Jr. taking chunks out of the Crystal Maiden and gave themselves a secondary kill there. That's a Yellow Submarine. They get the tower, they get the kill, but they are punished for it.
Deleted. I do not. I'm always so scared as a support player. I'm always scared when like Pango and CK are very strong. Like Pango can just jump on top of you, you're dead. CK gets on top, you're dead. Like there's no real play to make this early into the game for these supports, and they have to be careful. You step up and they go down. They are trying to go onto Chira Jr., but with no real mana and or to Seattle Storm Spirit. Still yet to complete that Witchblade.
Yeah. He also
trying to get Invis rune, but that's about it.
He had a shield rune up on the Pangolier as well, hence why he took absolutely no damage there. So it's a very optimistic play to try and start a fight on him. There you go. Sure, we'll be okay for now. And Cloud resumes his life in the bottom lane, shoving out the wave, threatening the Naga Siren, being annoying. All that good stuff. Satanic just doing his best to farm up as quickly as possible, get himself on the board.
Satanic, though, you say he's farming up, he's farming up into a timing that isn't going to be very explosive, right? Like, he'll get Manta, and by that time, Brewmaster should have Radiance. And then, of course, when you get Manta or Naga, it's like, okay, now I need an Orchid. But the Orchid timing, still, it can prevent a Brew from split. But do you do enough damage through the Radiance burn? You're going to have to lean on other heroes to help you out there. It's not like the equivalent of, let's say, like a Ursa with Battle Fury Blink, where you rip someone to shreds by yourself. This upcoming, probably like 7 minutes or so.
Array's jumping in the middle lane. The hook shot is available. They're going to go instead onto Adscore, who's trying to come in round the sidelines here, as he will be the one to die for this. The supports were ready, but they didn't feel like they could convert on the Storm kill, so they went for the easier prey instead, and that would be the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, they're trying to look to not really instigate fights, but just see what's happening on the map. And One Win are cleaning up these kills very, very nicely. Chiro Jr. will not be complaining that.
The Crystal Maiden just pinged exactly where Sweden Strong went into the jungle and exactly where he warded as well. So, watch this, man. He buys a sentry.
I'm sure there's a Vakban joke in there somewhere, guys.
I don't know. Let's see how accurate he is with the sentry placement. If it's right on it, then I'm ringing up, making some phone calls. All right. That was far enough away to not be suspicious. Good job, Asticor, keeping the cheats undercover.
Radiant's middle tower is
Sweden Strong. Goes for the D ward as well. A little bit of poking and prodding at each other. Middle tower is starting to fall here. Yellow Submarine, do you want to do anything? Oh, yes, they do. Raze comes flying on in. And Pangolier, he's got the illusion rune, and that might just get him out of here. Beautiful terrorize from the sideline as well from Sweden Strong. As King finding Sweden Strong in the sidelines. Already used the Shadow Realm, but Respect's already gone down. And now big zip in from the side from Erase onto Sweden Strong. That's going to get them the 2 kills. Oh, dear. Well, finally, Yellow Submarine punished for this middle lane push, which took a while, and despite an incredible terrorize coming out from the Dark Willow, they do just grab themselves the 2 supports, but it would have been a dead Pangolier if it wasn't for that, so respect.
Yeah, that's the key thing there. If Go had died, then Yellow Submarine would have taken
down, and now big zip in from the side from Erase onto Sweden Strong. That's going to get them the 2 kills. Oh, dear. Well, finally, Yellow Submarine punished for this middle lane push, which took a while, and despite an incredible terrorize coming out from the Dark Willow, they do just grab themselves the 2 supports, but it would have been a dead Pangolier if it wasn't for that, so respect.
Yeah, that's the key thing there. If Go had died, then Yellow Submarine would have taken that confidence, taken that additional economy. Like, he's got 3 kills, he's got a little mini streak to bring more gold towards him. So him surviving, very important, not giving Yellow Submarine that cushioning amount of gold to get to another item, and support's doing a very good job to keep him alive. And the Brewmaster, he didn't really want to enter the fight. He didn't have Radiance complete. He now has it completed. If the Radiance was in play, that's probably different, right? He's going to hit that split, run into the middle of all of them. Pango, even on half HP, he's rolling up and they're going for the kill. So Yellow Submarine, they need to be very careful. This is a very, very strong timing from the Dire side right now. And the CK top lane about to complete Orchid as well. This is, that could get very, very scary for Yellow Submarine.
It's such a bad Naga Siren game as well. You're trying to play an illusion hero into a Radiance Brewmaster, into a Pangolier. Oh my goodness, this is going to be tough. At least the CK might struggle to find you, but he's got plenty of other targets to bring down.
It does feel like, you asked me the question during draft, like what enabled Yellow Submarine to get to this position? And these 2 drafts just have felt like near polar opposites. Like they're going for super high macro map playing style lineups that will split push you to death and find these little quirky moments. And like that is not the raw aggression that we're seeing. They are trying to be aggressive with the Brewmaster in mid though.
Oh, they're not going to get him in time. The split comes out, and now Cloud, he's going to start chasing, and he's going to grab himself, at the very least, a support kill from this. They are waiting. The heal's coming out. Okay. All right. They'll keep Rue alive. They're not just going to leave him for dead. But in comes a Pangolin, looking to stun up. And a Song retaliated to. But it doesn't matter. The Bedlam's out onto the Pangolin, and that's going to allow him to get the kill onto Aztekor. And now Nagasaki just has to leave. She's trying to get herself out, but the Terrorizing's out. Cloud does go down here. They'll get the one, but Array's going to trade his life for it as Monkushi comes into the engagement. Naga trying to stand her ground, trying to fight, doing good damage in fairness to the CK, who's trying to back himself away. But eventually, those illusions are going to burn themselves away, and the real Nagasaran will be revealed. She's gone for the real in. Interesting, as they'll bring down Chira Jr. On the side, Rue just being chased by the just Dark Willows. He's going very deep for this one, though, and is going to pay the price. Bye-bye.
Ooh, okay. One when they're going very aggressive, but not really achieving much, right? Sure, they get the storm kill, but it's a lot of kind of like independent, desperate chase downs, and yeah, the disengage very, very nice from Yellow Submarine there.
What an interesting fight coming out from both of these teams. But yeah, finally, one win do get punished for a little bit of their over-aggression. And this is a big win for Yellow Submarine. They get a lot of money for it. And most importantly, Satanic was able to stand in the fight and actually get off a bit of damage and get himself at least something out of this game. So that's a nice step forward. In the middle lane, the fights continue. Arrays, this is brave. He's got the zip away though, gets up to the high ground. He's going to be okay, and with the regen rune, might even be able to reset from this one. They had the damage to bring down Chirigi. Now Arrays jumps straight back in, gets some respect. He's owning this fight right now, and now the Nagasaran coming in from the sidelines, looking for Monkushi. Monkushi silenced up, taken down. One win. What are you doing? 4 heroes dead in the middle lane. Not respecting the regen rune storm in the slightest.
I mean, they're not respecting the regen. They're not respecting the fact, like the fight before, the Brew using split, starting the fight. They join Brew at the very end of a split to then feed away many kills, respawn, go back to mid. They try and kill a Storm Spirit, but they layer their TPs incorrectly, so they don't have the Orchid follow-up from CK. Instead, it's someone else. Really, really uncomfortable 2 fights in a row, self-inflicted from one win. And Yellow Submarine, of course, they're going to capitalize, and they're going to take that every single day. No team would ever allow one win to blunder like this so quickly at the 20-minute mark. And now a 7,000 gold lead, which, wow, that is a gift. That is an upper bracket game 2 gift that one win has given Yellow Submarine.
They're not just in this one; they are fully in control of this game now. That was just 2 catastrophic fights in a row, which just gave Yellow Submarine a shit ton of gold. I mean, look at this graph. What am I seeing here?
And Satanic's also looking potentially go for a Radiance. Like, he's going for a Shroud to soak up some of that extra damage, but we spoke about the difficulties of this game for Naga, and you know, the physical damage from the CK. If he does get a Radiance, and he is just playing the map and just keep waiting for the opportunity. I'm not opposed to it, but Yellow Submarine, they are now smoked up. They need to be careful.
Weird to see it this late, but I'm interested to see what it will do for them.
Yeah, it's like I'm just worried that if Yellow Submarine get a little bit too carried away, they need to find like the pickups. They need to like they yet to fight into the Brew split with the roll, full HP, full resource, and they're jumping on the Brew. He has no dispel. Yeah. He's going to be going down.
Spirit from the high ground gives them the vision they need. Cloud gets broken down. Respect as well. Also going to get killed off. You see Array zip into the backland, already looking for the +1 as they'll bring down Respect and the Panda. My goodness. And this is what we've been used to seeing from Yellow Submarine.
Oh, woof. This game was just like so chill for one win. It was so like everything was aligning to like these insane timings, and now they've just like shot themselves in the foot. And Yellow Submarine have so much confidence. Like look at a race in the Storm Spirit as well. Like he's going for Kaya into straight BKB. He doesn't want to get hit by a single Orchid. Like he's not trying to be greedy. He identifies the fact that like every item he buys has to be a statement item. He can't go for any scaling. He can't go for anything. Like, he needs to win every fight in the upcoming moments. And I think that's exactly the case for all the heroes in the Submarine. They are making sure that their items all pack a punch. And now Shroud is completely on Satanic. He can step up just a little bit more in these fights. He doesn't really care too much about the Willow.
Top tower is under attack.
So far, his songs have been incredibly good to ensure that the fights are on Yellow Submarine's terms. And then they will be a little bit lost potentially in what they want to do in the game now. Everything was in front of them and what they had to do, and squandered that aggression.
I remember at the beginning of this cast when we said we love this one-win draft. The only thing that could mess us up is some big throws
Themselves,
and
yeah.
well, here we are. 6k gold advantage for the side of Yellow Submarine. And the one thing this draft does very, very well for Yellow Submarine is pushing out waves, securing the map, putting pressure. It's going to be annoying for one win to play this one from behind. They just don't have the wave clear on their supports.
Yeah, I think that luckily for one win, the cores will step up and do it at some point. Like the Manta and Brew down the line with Radiance can skip waves. CK with Manta can do it. Of course, Pango, but the supports don't really do it as well. It's more the fact that like you want to be killing heroes with your draft. So if at any point your draft is using Mantas to go backwards, you then don't have that to utilize in the fight, to utilize in that big pick that you're looking for. And I mean, we'll see if Satanic does go for the Radiance. Like we said, it's a little bit late, but I think just having that evasion and further complementing the wave pushing will just really, it will just annoy one win. It will make them have to clump up at some point, and they'll like group up to push out a wave, they'll then smoke up, and then it'll set up for a vacuum wall and whatnot.
I'm enjoying Respect's gameplay here. This isn't his jungle. This isn't where he's meant to be.
He's role-playing a neutral creep, yeah.
That's the cool. Oh, hello, friend. How's it going? Just farming some camps. What about you? Yeah, me too. He's actually trying to move into his own ward here. Oh, going for the TP. What the? I didn't know you could do that. Is this guy Phoenix or?
Yeah, it's Phoenix's cousin. Don't double check me on the lore there, but
yeah, that sounds correct.
Of course, in case you aren't aware, Phoenix can sun rate off the map. Clockwork can fly off the map. Basically, any movement which just pushes you forward no matter what, you can then clip off your side of the map. Like, for example, like Batrider Firefly, you can't do it, right? Because you have to manually like move there. But
amazing what you'll find.
So once again, looking for a bit of action here for the side of Yellow Submarine. Who will they find? Chira Jr. seems to have read it pretty well. He's getting himself back. Keep the one to catch here.
they slowed down the game because they respected the double orchid, not double orchid, but unorchid on the Naga Siren. That has been able to follow up after every cheap stun that they've used is now removed, right? You've got Manta on all three cores of one win. You do not care about this this pesky orchid that has pretty much been like the nail in the coffin in most of the smokes. And we will see if one would want to contest the Roshan. They don't have a can. Probably not. They aren't really showing their map positioning to care about it.
I actually think I would like to see it. I think they have good team fighting potential in a pit or something like this, where you've kind of got them locked down to a certain area. But
they just lost a lot of confidence, though. That's the thing. Like when you're a team like One Win, who got a lot of kills early on, you had like 7-8 kills, you're feeling good, you want it up your ruthless, you lose the game, but you lost the chance to play your game after your own moves. In the back of your minds, depending on how you look at Dota, you can easily oversubscribe to playing defensive, and I think that's exactly what's happened. They were hyper aggressive, squandered their lead, and now it's just they're on like plan D, E of their strategy, which we just did not expect them to get to this quickly.
And now Titanic, he's got himself the Radiance finished up, Aegis in hand, Orchid available as well, so Eternal Shroud also in the bag. Very, very strong pushing power. They found the Willow up on the top side, likely going to be a death, a 4. Poor Sweden strong up here. Ray's continuing to chase Yules. It's going to be annoying, but definitely not going to keep her alive. But still, all this time, the lanes are getting shoved out super deep. Like, look at Chura Jr. once again, shoving down this bottom tier 2. Respect desperately trying to get the middle wave shoved in as well. So they're being annoying as we have a disconnect coming out from the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Submarine, they're playing it really nicely. They're running around as a ball looking for the pick whilst Naga progresses the map state. Meanwhile, again, one win. At what point do they really want to fight? Of course, into an Aegis, it will never feel good. This will be the window where one win is most comfortable at dodging the engagement. I would like to think that in 4 minutes' time, when Aegis expires, surely they need to rally up and go for a fight. And again, it's reminiscent of the first game, right? Like you expect one win with their timings to go aggressive. This time they did, but failed. And now they are victim to their own mistakes. Until we see one win want to be proactive, want to really do anything. And by then, another round of items will be coming into both teams. And Naga potentially could be entertaining a heart at that point. The Storm, he's going to have Meteor Hammer for just additional regen. Shiva's on like, it's... Yeah, one win confuses me. Like I'm very vocal in game 1 about how one win, it was an uncomfortable victory, and now these things are coming to light again in the second game. It's a very strange upper bracket best of 3 series.
Yeah, I genuinely feel like one win just have like a kind of poor read on where the game's like actually at. You know, I feel like their game state read isn't amazing, but they make up for it in kind of gameplay and drafting. Like, their drafts have been superb both games, for sure. When the game gets difficult, gets complicated, it does seem to be a... I mean, at least they're all on the same page, I suppose. There's no cause getting caught out or anything like that.
I think the true test of one will be when this age expires, or soon to expire. Like, how they want to operate into that kind of potential power spike that they might have.
Naga Siren is so big, I just don't know. All of those answers suddenly just get put to the background. It's just going to be so hard to kill. Cloud in some trouble here, going to be forced to pop the split. Now needs to try and get away. They've managed to catch out the 2 problem pandas though, and the Earth Panda will just slowly but surely get clipped down. Bedlam stolen from the Rubik, going to secure him the kill. And that is a dead Cloud, and also no split available for the time being. Oh, yeah, also being caught out by Satanic.
With the wave skipping heroes have finally been dealt with, but then they are eating through the Aegis, right? Like,
they are.
We said about 4 minutes, and now suddenly it's 2 minutes left on the Aegis. So they're Submarine are having to do a lot of work with this. To note though, you don't go high ground with Yellow Submarine's lineup. You send illusions to chip down the towers, but you never really do it yourself. And Chira Jr. though, is he the next victim?
Let's see. I mean, he's managing to get the Rolling Thunder out onto the Storm Spirit and hold him down, but the rest of the team nowhere near to help out, so he'll just use the rest of his Rolling Thunder to TP away, and Chira Jr. will be alright. Yeah, a little scary going to play the Pangolier. All he's got is a Manta, so if he has to use anything to dispel, then all of a sudden Orchid's going to be super, super scary for him. We really, really haven't seen anything from this Chaos Knight this game. I'm sure there's some people in chat who haven't even noticed that there's a Chaos Knight in the game.
Now they have. He's front and center on camera.
Hello. He's farmed. He's got items. You know, he's got everything you'd expect a CK to have at 30 minutes. Problem is, there's just a much bigger fish in this pond.
Ooh. Satanic, he swapped up his build. He didn't go for the heart. He went for Scardy.
Oh, okay.
It's so annoying to play into. Yeah. Slightly less tanky than a heart, but very, very damaging in the fights. Illusion was hitting up the Scardy procs and whatnot. Okay, Aegis is out in 30 seconds time.
Will we see some gameplay?
I mean, they haven't really bought any items though. Like, in time of Aegis, one win was able to farm a heart on CK. That was it. Ags, okay, Ags on Pango, that's it. It's so rough.
Ooh, they're hunting for the clockwork here.
He's hiding. He's fine. He's off map
again. He knows
again.
what he wants to do.
It is worrying that the best play One-Win's made in the last like 15 minutes was Respect jumping off the map.
Yes. I think it's the only play they've made.
Also true. Okay, they're smoked up. Here it is, Nomad.
Whoa, we've got some action happening, people. The first play that One-Win have made since the colossal throw in the middle lane. Who will they
Sunny
find?
nearly ran up the high ground.
Yeah, that would have been the perfect target. They can kill off this Aura bot Darkseer. Life gets easy. They reveal. They know where they are. Kasane, he has been pinged. They want to take him down before he can get off this wall, but he will get off the wall regardless, and that's going to make things awkward. Terrorize coming out as well, keeping the Darkseer alive. All of a sudden, it's looking a little bit awkward. They have taken them both down, but Respect is dead as well. The song's going to come out, and this might just be them getting themselves away. I don't know, though. Satanic, he's sticking around. He's going to get interrupted by Chira Jr. Chira Jr. is looking to turn it around onto Nagasari. Naga trying to fight into the entire world right now, and that is not a fight you're going to win. Ultra kills for Mankushi. We hadn't seen the Chaos Knight for a while, and now we definitely see the guy.
What a smoke from them. They just waited perfectly for One-Win. We said that they had to wait post Aegis. They hit the smoke, they wrap around, they then see the Darkseer on the low ground, and Kasane, sure, he had a nice defensive position to start with, but it just wasn't enough, and yeah, those Submarines, they were too split up. We finally got to see the effect of how dominant One-Win should have been in all the team fights so far in this game. It took them half an hour to get here, but it is back to splitting the map for Yellow Submarine, back to being afraid.
Chira Jr. probably the MVP of that fight as well, just cutting through everybody and also getting the interrupt on the Nagasaran off at the very last second there, utilizing the double jump to catch him on the last second of the sleep. Very, very nicely done. Overall, just great patience from One-Win. Like, honestly, they weren't like us. They weren't like, oh, you know, I still think there's a world they could have taken that Aegis fight, but you know what? They respected their timings. They waited the clock out, and it worked out for them. So they knew that they could play the map properly. So credit to them. Puts them in a good position now. You have Chira Jr. now completing with the Aghanim Scepter. With that Echo Saber, super annoying, applying that slow to everybody in the fights. Tormentor falls. Chira Jr. has a shard to work with as well, so roll-ups there. Goodness.
Will One-Win find the jump again? Nagasaran isn't actually in the area right now, and they found the storm.
It's a perfect target. He does get off the BKB though, which means he's going to be able to get away. In fact, he goes back in to kill off the clockwork with Kasane. Of course, just kind of letting it go with a freezing field on the sideline. Stun does land onto the storm, but the song's going to be there to help him out. Yes, Titanic once again looking to stick around. It's going to be tough to bring down this tanky Pangolin, but with the rest of the team not really coming through for him. Maybe they get a kill, but the silence down to the Storm Spirit. Mankushi trying to find the target. He gets interrupted though and can't finish the job. And now getting jumped on by the Nagasaran. Needs to get himself away, but with that Bedlam upon him, he feels strong enough to go back in, look for the Darkseer, gets that kill, but now in the clutches of the... I mean, it's not enough. It's not enough. This is a huge problem here. Oh, the fight between the CK and the Naga. CK just gets away and blows up the support from the sidelines instead. Stunned forever, but who cares? Now with no one left to help her out, Satanic's all alone. They'll take him down. Rubik finally dealt with as well. A double kill for Cloud as they'll take down everybody on the side of Yellow Submarine except the Storm. Whoa, buddy! The fight's over, my friend.
Not for him. That was okay. When he hit a zip, I was like, I have no idea
wait,
how
did he
far
get
he's
the
zipping.
gem? He was getting the gem, I think.
No, he already had it. He was just trying to look for the CK kill.
Well, that's unhinged.
That was... To start One-Win mechanically blundering a little bit, right? They jump the clockwork, they don't layer the stuns. Thank God we have a replay. So see here, they don't get the cogs pushed back, they don't get the terrorize, and because of that, what should have been an instant storm death opened up to a very, very close fight. And the MVPs of this engagement were the supports for One-Win, constantly fighting, doing their job, trying to prolong the fighters, and we of course we got to see the big duel between the carries ripping through the heroes, kind of next to each other, going for their, you know, what a fight. But yeah,
I think Cloud as well for me, definitely up there with the highest impacts on this fight. He was just there with his Storm Panda on the sidelines, just blasting down the Naga illusions. He got about 3 uses off. Like the Storm Panda was on like 5 HP for most of the fight. And yet he still managed to get off like 3 or 4 usages of the Dispel.
No, you're right. No, I watched
down.
the highlight back again. I'm changing my tone. I'm giving it to Cloud. Like I just remember seeing like the the kind of the utilization of the items from the supports to kind of keep the fight going. But yeah, Cloud, when I watched that replay back, yeah, he was just kind of full HP the entire time, just throwing out spells, being as annoying as possible. And yeah, I think one win. I don't know why, but every time they do something well, there's always something uncomfortable that's happened, right? Like they need to be cleaner in their execution.
Yeah,
they need to be
really
cleaner in
do.
their calls.
But if they get it, if they can just tidy up their gameplay just a bit, then, you know, this is their qualifiers. They can make it. And then who knows how far they can get.
I mean, if they are to win this game, well, including this game, they are 4 games away from TI. Maybe it's a bit spooky to say it, but they are technically very, very close.
Yep. They won't be saying that to themselves, though, that's for sure.
No, not during the game. That'd be pretty silly. Hey guys, don't forget we're 4 games away from winning TI by... Oh, not winning TI, but getting to TI.
Yeah, I used to, when I first started like interviewing players and stuff, I always used to go, oh, were you thinking about the stakes in this game? And every time I was just like, no, honestly not.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
It is a very silly idea. But you're like, Dota is such a complicated game that if your mind's even thinking about anything other than the game you're in, you are destined to lose.
What am I having for dinner? It's different, obviously, when you're on the main stage and there's a crowd and everything. Then it's kind of hard to, the literal trophy of the tournament sitting on the stage in front of you. Kind of a bit of a distraction.
It does wander. One will know about the Aegis themselves. Trying to clean up the towers, taking bottom tier 2, taking mid tier 2. They have 3 minutes on it. And because top tier 1's alive, it is going to be quite a time sink to move all the way to top to take those 2 towers as well. I do feel like they probably will want to poke a fight in this kind of middle to bottom area of the map.
Both tier 2s taken on down.
Okay.
They'll back themselves away, yeah. They want to get them all.
Sure, so this is the
All
map
out
play
of
motion.
towers.
Like when you have Aegis, you either break down, 2 lanes and just take whatever you can, or you take every single outer tower to ensure when you do win that fight, you can get megas and one win, opting to go for this is the safer play. Like, running up into high ground, into a vacuum wall, into a storm through a jump. It isn't going to be the most comfortable, so I think I do prefer the map play Roshan. I'm just walking around as 5, making sure that no one's going to get picked off.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, very safe, as we've seen from 1win. They don't take risks, they don't force it too hard, they're not trying to go high ground before they're ready. They'll take every single tower and then likely wait for that next Aegis. So, Satanic, you went for Bloodthorn, Manta, Ayaskadi, Radiant, Eternal Shroud on the Naga Siren. So, basically fully 6-slotted at this point. Going for the Scythe of Vice as his last item.
Probably will ditch the treads to get that one. And for Yellow Submarines, they are, I don't know, echoing what one would have to do during the Aegis to skip the map, wait for the items. Of course, Storms for a high ground is so scary. If you get the Aghanims, one win, they can falter, right? They got 4 melee heroes in a Dark Hole alone. Of course, sieging high ground is, it's, again, relatively uncomfortable. You just set up the brew split and kind of wait and do it very, very slowly. But Storm Spirits in this position, they can be the real factor that can claw yourself back into a game. It's getting very, very close. None of the team ever really wants to go high ground, by the way. Like, whatever team has Aegis or momentum, you kind of get to tier 3 and go, maybe we just chip it down with illusions.
I'm interested to see how this works though. They've got Fade Bolt, they've got Crystal Maiden spells, Crystal Nova. They've obviously got the illusions coming up from Satanic.
They're trying as quick as possible, overwhelm before they set up. The other Submarines, they are not ready for this. Heroes are now TPing back and already having to use Glyph. Because they weren't ready for this, they did not respect Bonwin just rushing up to the high ground. Your Doubtful,
Flying CK illusions
actually
coming at you as well. The barracks starting to fall here. Yellow Submarine. Can you do anything about it? The Storm having to BKB and get himself out of that Orchid has used upon him. there's just nothing happening here. And Cloud still kind of sticking around with his Brewlings, just trying to finish off the range barracks here, or at least do a bit of damage. But now the banner does fall. But the melee barracks, the important ones, have already been taken. 1 win. That's what they wanted. And now the Aegis runs out, and they are out safely. Very, very clean stuff.
I'm very surprised Yellow Submarines weren't ready for that. Like, you saw them hit your top tier 2. Aegis is expiring, so if you start the fight, when Aegis drops, they might be a little bit more reserved. And like Darkseid, he was farming some medium hard camps during this time. He TP'd back once the melee Rax was half HP, and at that point, you are just accepting that you are going to lose a Rax, and now they're smoked up, of course. The Aegis is not in play. Aghanims is completely on Storm Spirit. Can they find a jump? Can they reveal this big ticket item? AoE Vortex. You fight
one of my
two heroes
favorites
next to each other.
Like, the fact that this ability is so strong of a team fight spell, and the fact that it's on Storm Spirit, a hero that can basically be anywhere at any time. It's a very potent combination. I wouldn't say it's underbought just because Storm needs so many items to be an effective hero throughout the game. So we do only really see it in these late game situations, but yeah, I'm always a big fan of it when it does come out. Works very, very nicely. Like, with a 25 talent, Storm can just do stuff. It is an incredible game for overload attack bounce, and then you get that shard as well. But we'll see if he's able to get there or not. When he gets there, they suddenly have another really realistic option online for dealing with CK and his illusions. And not just CK, but also the Brewlings as well. The Storm's going to be able to eat them for lunch.
Oh, they're going to fight Satanic.
This is deep. They get on top of him. The stun is there. The Bedlam's there to follow up as well. Terrorize. They take it out. Oh no. Oh no. 1 win. They just blew this shit wide open. They'll go in now to the Rubik as well. Rubik's taken out. The Storm comes across. Electric Vortex. It's pretty, but pretty doesn't win you games. And now they're just going to start knocking the front down. Thankfully, they don't have a creep wave just yet, but they're running for it. The Brewmaster, he's got the wave. He's running it in right now. A CK illusion on every lane. Just trying to deal with the creep waves as they spawn.
Satanic had a very brief second to react there. He didn't press the BKB that he purchased to prevent him having buyback. Now for 45 seconds, your carry isn't in play. Can we saw this in the last game as well? Like, there's like that uncomfortable moment where like Satanic sees the enemy, they kind of pause and then they fight, and yeah, to buy out the BKB and Death Summary to the first stun was a Chaos Bolt, which is not the quickest of stuns. And CK trying to find more. Erase doing everything he can to buy time. 18 seconds for Naga Siren.
Middle barracks is down though. Bottom barracks, they might not go for this one. I'll get both of them at mid and back themselves away, but that is the cost of losing a Naga Siren like that. I mean, what a great play from one. Like, who expects to be killed there? It's so deep. And there's of course a little bit of luck there in the fact that the first hero they happen to come across is the Naga Siren, but also just like very, very clean, efficient kill.
Yeah, much better stun control, right? When you look at the Storm kill or attempted kill earlier, compared to them layering the stuns for the Naga Siren, like, they really stepped up on their lockdown layering. And Roshan is a very, very quick respawn. Going to be up in 10 seconds time. Will be a daytime. They're not scouting it as of yet, so they won't be instantly going to the pit. We're going to be seeing a team fight before Roshan. Both teams are smoked up. The Submarines have faltered in most of these fights. You've really not seen the combination. But if Kasane can hit a multi-hero vacuum with that Aghanims from the Storm Spirit, like a stuffed black hole, but they can do it.
Here, that's for sure. Keep your eyes open, folks. You don't want to stack on this high ground if you're 1 win. You got to keep your cores apart, and they are not doing it at the moment. But that said, their initiation is very, very quick and very deep as well. Arcane Blink gives you that. The Naga Siren illusions flooding in now. It's going to give them information.
They've just swapped places. Oh, so tense. Cloud running in first.
Split gets used. Cloud looking for a target. But the Crystal Maiden, I mean, it's a CM.
Buyback.
Whoa, Rue. Stole a battery assault rather than the Rolling Thunder. Well, he's dead anyway. Song is used here. Interesting. They need to get themselves out. Surge used onto the Nagasaran, trying to get her away to safety. Storm Spirit also going to TP out of this one. They don't want to play this fight without their supports. And that's going to give up Roshan, which is going to make their high gun defense very, very difficult indeed.
Yeah, the point where Yellow Submarines wish they had a different hero at this stage of the game, right? Like they go for the smoke, they don't find anyone, they hold the defensive position, and it's just too easy for OneWin to run in their heroes and not really be too threatened. As long as they don't clump up for the combination that we mentioned, there isn't too much of a kill threat. If you're using Vacuum on a single hero, if you're Vortexing a single hero, it just opens up the fight for OneWin. And Yellow Submarines, they can wait all they want, but they're just not being given the opportunities.
They wanted the Aghanims, I'm pretty sure. That's why they stopped doing Roche.
Yeah. Will Kasane go for BKB or for Ags here? So I see production. They're kind of leaning towards the Ags option there. They're hoping he doesn't go for BKB.
Telegraph, these Swedes. They just want to see some punches taking place.
I mean, to be fair, damage is lacking right now. I don't think Yellow Submarines need to care about surviving, because right now they don't do anything in the fight at all. They just exist. They eventually just get destroyed. And
I'll be honest, I've been kind of surprised at how little damage we've seen coming out from these Dark Seer illusions. They just haven't been much of a factor in these fights. I was expecting more. Now, the high ground push doth begin in earnest. No more barracks remaining. If they get this later barracks, then it's going to be mega creeps. What can they do? Jump in onto this big old just blob of units here, trying to take them down with the Vortex. Satanic gets kind of weakly jumped on here. Not a big commitment. Reel-in being used just to drag the Chaos Knight out of position. Satanic uses Reel-in more than any Naga player I've ever seen, by the way. He loves it. Rikushi, he doesn't love it too much, being dragged out of position, forced to use his BKB early, despite having an Aegis. Kind of interesting. Are they? I don't know. It depends if they can do with the illusions or not when they keep their barracks alive. Seems like the answer is tentatively yes. But that's a problem. In 35 seconds, they're going to have another split. And OneWin, that's all they're waiting for. They just want one more split. Go for it. And you will get those range barracks, the melee barracks. God, this is such an annoying way to play this, but it's absolutely correct from OneWin.
both teams are leaning on illusions to be their lifeline, and OneWin is just a little bit easier. Monkushi's going to go for the Aghanims soon. Even further, throw in more illusions.
3 of their calls have mantas, so they definitely win on the illusion game. And
they do. Alright, here we go, split. Trying to get the mega creeps.
The real commitment's coming in here as Tira jumps in. Oh my goodness, Atacor is just completely gone. Buyback available, but their barracks, they're already taken out. Satanic, he just gets stunned up for the time being. I think Yellow Submarine have just waved goodbye to their barracks and will just be trying to hold on to mega creeps. Crowd around the tier 4s, try to use them. Cloud, he's going to leave his Brewlings in here. The real Brewling. The Storm Panda is out safe. Now 60 seconds, no split, but no real opportunity here for Yellow Submarine to take advantage of it. The game is nearly over, it feels like. They'll try to hold as long as possible, but so clean, so patient. 1,000 knives stuck into Yellow Submarine, and finally the beast will start to fall.
How long will they hold out for? How long will Yellow Submarines keep trying to, prolong this game? The net worth has 18 minutes of just a downward spiral. Not a single fight has gone their way. Not a single combination has connected.
Yeah, I reckon
so difficult.
We'll probably get to around 50k net worth advantage for the Dire side, unless they find any good opportunities.
The smoke, they're just going to blink in, no cares, absolutely rip them to shreds, send them to the lower bracket.
Storm is seen here. The fact that he doesn't immediately zip away from the flare is pretty Chadley. Will now TP out. Jira Jr. not going to find him. Storm will be alright for the time being, but that's the kind of play you want to be making. Someone just steps slightly out of base, flare, chase, go for it. And now Cloud jumping in again. They're going to try to deal with him, but the Reality Rift is there onto the Storm Spirit. He's going to be okay. Continue to stand his ground and just click away. He does have that 25, so the overload charges are here for everybody, and they'll help clear through these illusions. That's why they're not really being flooded right now. Blink out from one win before the Chaos Bolt from the Rubik connects. They're chilling out for now. Again, the Naga Siren is your frontliner, and Satanic can kind of just stand his ground as long as his team is safe behind him. Chaos Bolts being exchanged between the two teams. Reelin being used as well to try and drag Mankushi out of position. How long can both teams keep this up? I think the answer is a pretty damn long time, to be honest with you. Ages 10 seconds now for Mankushi. He's going to get himself back to his team. Play it nice and carefully. Refresher Orb Storm Spirit. He bought out.
All right. Ages looks by. Come on, yeah, Submarines. Show us some life. Get that refresher. Get the double vortex. Everyone's been waiting, you know, about 20 minutes to see it. But, you know, get the vortex. It really is
yes.
the impossible comeback.
Just your casual Storm Spirit quick buy here. Triple Hyperstone. This man has dreams.
Look at this wraparound. They're smoked as 4. They're kind of clumped on one win. This could be it. Come on.
It could be good. It could be really good. But they smoke up. They're going in. They're knocking on the front door. Kasani and Arrays. They're positioned beautifully here. They're going to commit forward onto Satanic. And now we jump in. It's not amazing, but it is going to get them the clockwork. Mankushi also in a little bit of spot above it here. He's going to get himself away with the BKB and the Reality Rift over to Illusion. He's going to get himself into a degree of safety. Song's going to come down as well, though. Satanic is chasing. He wants a CK. He's not going to get the CK, though. They'll instead settle for the Dark Widow. She goes down, and now Chira Jr. also stuck in the middle of it all as well. I'll look over towards Cloud. Cloud, though, he gets off the split, turns around, blows up the Crystal Maiden. Satanic now in the middle of the fight, but once again, they're looking past her. They're looking for the Storm Spirit. Satanic is going to be chucked back in by that Void Panda, causing all sorts of issues. Respect tries to hook shot in, but only finds the Darkseer instead. And once again, Satanic in the middle of everything with the Rays going for the CK, and they will bring him down. The buybacks are coming though from one win. They want to try and take this one right now, but they're fighting into a lot of buybacks available on the side of Yellow Submarine. I don't know if this is a fight you want to stake your hopes on. They're trying to get themselves back. Crystal Maiden is gone without buyback, and the Ancient is starting to fall here. The creeps are on top of them. They've got so many issues to deal with here for Yellow Submarine. There might be a window for one win to close this one out. A bit of a reset happening. The Satanic takes the front lines, and I think they've just realized the one win that there's not actually a great opportunity to end the game here. The buybacks is available for at least the Naga Siren and the Darkseer. Storm obviously had to use his in that fight, but my god, what an absolute brawl that was.
It's so commendable for Yellow Submarine to make that type of smoke wrap around. It could have maybe been a little bit better, but of course you do not want to, you know, hope for more in this position. You're down like 25,000 gold. You got the initiation from the Storm and the Dark, so we've finally got to see some type of fight from Yellow Submarine. And the fact that CK, Pango, and Willow all bought back. Yes, you're still down Mega Creeps. Yes, you've got
see that,
you know, no tier 4s to your name. But if one would get a little bit too excited here, if they try and make a play now with these buybacks not available, you never know. I think one would they got a little bit surprised by that wraparound. I called it the impossible comeback, but if one would try and make a move now in the next like 7 or so minutes, the slim chance has opened up for Yellow Submarines. It's nothing special. It's nothing to get too excited about, but there is. It went from being like 100% one win should win to like 96%. And for Yellow Submarine, you take that. You take that little sliver of hope and win.
Mankushi just needs to like not die.
Yes, no man. Don't worry. I can answer for you straight away.
Yeah.
If Mankushi
He's even
dies,
bought a
then this
Wind
game's
Waker.
insane.
Look at this dude. You know what helps you not die? The Aegis of Immortality.
That is going to be up in a minute 15. Those buybacks are so important. Naga, Siren, Darkseer will have that available for this fight. Same for the Brewmaster for one win.
The Ward Spirit on the high ground. Erase, he loves a bit of this. They do know he's here, and they're going to throw the barrel at him to make sure they know that he knows. He knows that they know. CK pops the Aghanims. There's going to be illusions everywhere right now, which just makes it even more confusing.
Well, yeah, Submarine, they got to get back to the base. The
Here they
mid-wave are coming
come.
in. Yeah. Forgot to retreat. So if Yellow Submarine, if they can push out the waves, run 5 heroes down another, like, so Naga have to deal with 2 waves, whilst you then run down 5. Contesting Roshan is so hard for them to do, but
You know what I want to
one
see?
would take this Aegis and try and throw their heads into the Ancient. There is a glyph in play for Yellow Submarines. I cannot emphasize how important it is not having buyback on CK for 5 minutes. Yes, he might get Aegis, but if he dies twice in an aggressive position, Yellow Submarines, they're actually smoking up. They're doing it. They're pushing out bot. They're pushing out mid.
Okay.
They got 5 heroes.
They have
They're
about
running it down the lane.
2 minute, minute or so to get this done before the waves
If
are back
Yellow
in their
Submarines
base.
win this fight,
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah,
If they win
same.
this fight. There's no way. It's so hard for them. They have to find the CK and bring him down. And now they get seen. They're going to be the ones to give away the information first. Cloud immediately running at them. He's got the split available. They're going to steal the Cinder Brew here on the Rubik. And of course, 1-win. They're in no pressure to try and force this one out. They're going to try and go for the Brewmaster, but with the Terrorize coming in behind him, he's going to be able to get off the split. And now things look a little bit difficult. Kasane just trying to take down Monkushi. I mean, he's found him on the sidelines, and with the illusions, it's actually doing a decent amount of damage to Monkushi, forcing him back and forcing him to use his defensive Wind Waker. But BKB still available as he finds the Sword Spirit. He's got no buy. Oh, that's a great target from Monkushi. The reinitiation. The damage is coming in. The Crystal Maiden on the high ground, trying with the freezing field to do something, anything to keep them in the game. But it's another dead without buyback. The base is under attack. They've had to get back on Kasane and on Satanic, and that should be the game for them. Now it's just a simple case for 1-win of getting the Aegis, coming to the high ground and destroying the Ancient.
You've got to give it to Yellow Submarine. They really do. Like, no matter what the economy looks like, whatever the map state looks like, they still try to go for that next fight. And they weren't finding it. 1-win was very disciplined with their positioning. They had to smoke themselves. They didn't allow Yellow Submarine to find their entry and start the motions of what could have been, you know, magical comeback in game 2. And with the Aegis buyback soon to be off cooldown in upcoming 2 to 3 minutes time.
No, they're not defending this. They'll try though.
70 seconds on Storm, 40 seconds on Rubik. It's a matter of a-click down lanes, guys.
Yep. It was a really simple one to end this. They got to do everything. We need a song. There's no refresher, so... Oh, 18 seconds on Wall of Replica with refresher orb available. If Kasane gets to use that, then at least it'll be a flashy end, but it'll still be an end. I see no way for them to defend this.
Song?
Oh, getting stunned up, getting beaten down. The damage coming in from the CK. Buyback is available from the Nagasara. They'll need to use it now, though. First comes the fortification. Kasane tries to go in. He's got the combo. He's got the refresher available. He'll use the first yellow dispels, but then immediately gets caught out by the CK. Gets off the wall, but does go down himself. But now, using the illusions, they have to try and find a way to bring down Monkushi twice, and that's just never going to happen. The song's coming out to just try and delay the inevitable, but no one's respawning. That is the problem. No one's going to come and help you, Titanic. You're all by yourself with the Rubik, and the Ancient is slowly but surely going to fall, and it will be the 2-0 for 1-win. But wow, what a way to do it.
I'm going to sit